gubernatorial study.
All right, now let's work our way over to Georgia. Now, Georgia, I am told, is the state to look out for because they have not only their Senate seats, but they have the gubernatorial races going on. And a lot of eyes have been on Georgia. Georgia is an Aquarius state with a birth date of 2/12/1733. It adds to a 1, which is the magician. So it's in the lead. It's one of the original states. It is unprecedented with a turnout for early voting for this year. So like I said, there's a lot of eyes on it. Also, there's a lot of eyes due to the candidates. We have Raphael Warnock, Leo, July 23rd, 1969. He is also a 1, just like Georgia. And we have Herschel Walker, who has a March 3rd, 1962 birthday. His numbers come up to a 6. And like I said, we'll be covering their numerology in a later segment. So we're going to go right now with Raphael Warnock. Okay. How is this fiery Leo going to sit in this position of the Aquarius position of Senate for Georgia? Okay, what we have here is another 7 of rods. He's in a good position, still above, able to maintain people down there. Those who are opposing him, those who are not for him, he's able to keep them at bay. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, I'm kind of getting that on a mental plane here, probably not a very good strategy for his campaigning. King of Cups, which is the King of Rods, would be more about the Warnock, but so I'm going with the King of Cups is actually Herschel Walker because he's a water sign. He would be the opponent. 3 of Pentacles, there may have been a different strategy for advertising the campaign of Walker. 2 of Rods, Warnock has been securing his ideas, what he's bringing in, his creativity, the things he wants to grow, the things he wants to create for this position. He's had the world in his hands. He was handed something, and he's waiting for his ship to come in. This may not be a time to be waiting for your ship to come in. This may be a time when the Leo needs to really take more action, bring more fire to this. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What goes up comes down. What was down is going to swing back around. I'm going to go with there's the Hermit in reverse. I'm going with this campaign may not have been really done from a smart state. Here's money being given to him, but again, is he the one that is handing out the money to others, or is he the one in need of money from the others? And he's carrying a heavy load. We're going to go with here that this Leo underestimated the situation, and the load is going to be heavier for him to bring it back around the bend. If he's going to succeed with this, he's got to figure out something fast. He's got to burn these 10 of rods. He's got to burn them to the ground and get fired up about this. It seems like there was too much of a lackadaisical. I see nothing here that shows momentum. And at some point, there's going to be something that is going to be really coming towards him where he's going to have to do double the work to pull himself up to be in the winning circle. Okay, so this is for Raphael Warnock. And now we're going to go on to Herschel Walker. And Herschel Walker, like I said, is a March 3rd, 1962. The thing I get with the Herschel Walker is there's still a lot of emotion more with him. And with a 6 personality, they tend to kind of gravitate more to what they feel at the time, and that kind of like controls the direction of their passion. So if their passion is for others, that's great. If the passion is for their instant gratification, that's another thing. So Herschel Walker. Okay, Herschel isn't getting a lot of love with the Two of Cups in reverse. There seems to be this points more towards a personal matter that he's worked his way out of, having to do probably with relationships. The Eight of Swords in an upright position is hands tied, blindfolded to the situation, but the ties in the blindfold can easily be taken off because there's an opening with all these swords around. You know what? He doesn't sweat it. None of these things bother him at all. So while maybe the moral people or the people that have a moralistic stand may think of this as an issue, he does not. I'm going to go with the Two of Swords, Five of Swords, and here we have the Moon in reverse. The swords are all about mental energy, thinking, thoughts, ideas. I don't really feel that these are more his because we're talking about the campaign. So he may be someone who struggles at this time with decision making and stuff. The thing he does have on his side is he can use a sword and cut anybody down. And he can do it without batting an eye. He is not afraid to fight dirty. He's not afraid to say his piece. We may not understand him when he's saying his piece. However, he knows how to win at all costs. And he knows how to move forward at all costs. So here's with the Moon in reverse, there's going to be some more secrets coming out and a lot of howling at the moon. There's going to be legal issues coming up with him. But he's still going to be offered. Even though these things are going to go into chaos, he's still going to have an offering of this position. I do not believe that Herschel is going, my forecast for this is even though he may be doing very well, I don't believe he's going to actually sit in this seat because at some point his legal issues are going to be a problem for his team. So that is the thing for the Senate of Georgia. And now let's move on to the governor. Now for the governor, we have, I thought this was interesting. So like I said, Georgia is an Aquarius state, 212, right? We have Raphael, who's the Leo, fire, and the water of Herschel, right, with the March. For the governor, we have another water sign, which is November 2nd, 1963, with Brian Kemp. And we have Stacey Abrams, who's a fire, December 9th, 1973. So we have once more water and fire going for a position. And this is for the governor. Okay, Brian Kemp, November 2nd, 1963. His birthday adds up to a 5. Okay. Okay, right off the bat, 6 of rods and 9 of cups, 10 of swords. This is strife. This is hardship, not being able to really hold a position of leadership. Here is the wishful card, and then boom, 10 of swords brings the person down. 9 of rods, tired. So we have Brian, who is going to be struggling during this time. The thing with water always wants to try and balance itself because we are the easiest to bring balance to ourselves if we can get past our emotions. So with the Temperance and the Knight of, there's going to be efforts made to bring in more money, more backing, more support. Now, interestingly, Queen of Rods, that's Stacey Abrams. 3 of Rods, somebody who's, there's the ship is coming in. He's going to notice that her ship is coming in. I do not see that this person is the one who's going to be stepping into this position. The forecast for Brian Kemp is that he will not be the one sitting in the seat. Okay, now we're going to go with Stacey Abrams. Now, Stacey's a Sag, December 9 Sag. She is a 5. Just like him, just like Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp is a 5. His birthday adds up to a 5 archetype. So both of them, rules and traditions are important to them, and they may be coming about in a different way. Okay. So what does this fire person have to do to bring 7 of Swords? In an upright position, the 7 of Swords is about taking what is not yours to take, whether it be intellectual property, a plan, or whatever, but hers is in reverse. So I have a feeling with this, there's going to be a lot of exposure coming out, even more so, and exposure of internal theft probably. Something behind the doors. They've been weighing it out if this is something they're going to lead with. And I'm going to say that as this voting comes closer to the end, more of this is what has been happening behind closed doors is going to come out. Not so much because the opposing candidate, Brian Kemp, is doing something horrific, but it's going to be the tipping point. It's going to be the tipping point that people are going to say, you know what? We're going to go with the Stacey Abrams, because there's enough of a party influence here that is going to come out of how things are being manipulated. And I feel like Brian Kemp is going to be a scapegoat for this. 9th hour, look at that. She's got the 10 of Pentacles, money talks, influence, support. And right now it looks like it's on the downward scale, but she's going to pull it up. And I think she's going to be the one that pulls it up with the forecast for the governor's race, Stacey Abrams.